Welcome into this week's edition of Vikings Update, September 8th edition. I'm Mark Potts, Sports Information Director here at Valley City State University. With me today is Chris Johnson, head coach of the Viking track and cross-country teams. We will talk with him later in the show, but first let's get to the highlights. A big week for Viking football, and we'll start there. Viking football on the road at Mayville State, non-conference game, and it was all VCSU from the start. Vikings scored the first 48 points of the game en route to a 55-6 victory. VCSU led 27-0 at halftime, getting 17 points in the final minute 30 seconds on two long touchdown passes to DJ Edwards and a 40-yard field goal by Lucas Norblom as time expired. Vikings extended the lead to 48-0 entering the fourth quarter. Offensively, a big day for Jacob Dulio, who rushed for 157 yards and a touchdown. Curtis Walls passed for 313 yards and 4 scores, and Edwards caught 5 passes for 101 yards and 2 scores. 589 yards of total offense for the Vikings, including 276 rushing yards. Defensively, Vikings held the Comets to just 283 total yards and forced 4 turnovers. 2 of those turnovers came from Andre Peppers, who intercepted 2 passes and had 8 tackles to lead the Vikings for his strong game. Peppers was named the NSAA Defensive Player of the Week. Second straight week, Vikings have won a Player of the Week award. VCSU now 2-0 to start the season. Home opener this Saturday against number 20 ranked team in the NAI, Robert Morris University. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. at Shelley Ellig Field, but the fun starts at 10 a.m. with tailgating and the Nodak Mutual Fan Zone. We'll have inflatable games and games for kids of all ages, food provided by the Century Club, and music, so come out and join us for tailgating starting at 10 a.m. prior to kickoff on Saturday. If you can't make it out to the game, we are excited to announce that you can now watch the game for free in high definition online. Thanks to the support of VCSU Enrollment Services, fans can watch this year's home athletic events for free online, starting this weekend with football and volleyball. You can find the links to watch live on the schedules at vcsuvikings.com. Viking volleyball was on the road at the Corn Palace Classic this past weekend, starting with a thrilling 5-set victory over Johnson & Wales. VCSU won the first 2 sets, dropped the next 2, and then rallied to win in set 5, 15-12. Second match on Friday, VCSU dropped a straight set match to Presentation College, losing the first 2 in extra points. On Saturday, Vikings were on the losing end of a 5-set match as they lost to Dakota Wesleyan. VCSU was down 2-0 in the match, but did rally to force that 5th set. Vikings then closed the tournament with a dominating victory over Grace University, 25-17, 25-10, 25-22. Vikings finished the weekend 2-2. They are now 4-4 overall. Volleyball has its home openers this weekend when they host 2 full days of matches at Gratian Gym. VCSU will play at 1 and 7 p.m. on Friday, and then will play at 1 and 5 p.m. on Saturday. All 4 of those matches will be streamed live at vcsuvikings.com. All 4 of those matches will be streamed live at vcsuvikings.com. Viking golf will get back in action this weekend with the Dickinson State Invite on Sunday and Monday at Hart River Golf Course. It will have been about 2 weeks since their last competition. And Viking cross country set to have its first competition of the season Friday night when they compete at the MSU Moorhead Twilight Meet. Women run at 8:15 and men at 8:45. Joined on this week's edition of Vikings Update by Chris Johnson, the new head coach for track and field and cross country here at Valley City State. Chris, we'll start with this. You've been on the job about a month so far. First off, welcome to VCSU. I imagine it's been a pretty crazy first month for you. Talk a little bit about how that's gone.
Yeah, obviously just getting used to everything. You know, being a first-time head coach, it's been quite an adjustment in that sense. I've been lucky to have some great assistants who've helped me out along the way. But so far, we've focused on building that staff. You know, obviously recruiting, expanding our recruiting base to South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota. We've really reached out to a lot of different states. We're looking to go to Canada, some states out west as well. So I think this is a really, really great opportunity. This is a conference that is not particularly strong in track and field and cross country at the moment, and we can take advantage of that with a good recruiting year and going forward. Obviously, this is just a fantastic place to be. The community has been very supportive of me throughout this first month. I mean, everything from like getting an apartment to getting my office situated. It seems like everything's been a task. And things are starting to smooth out a little bit, and I'm going to get rolling here in a little bit. As obviously we're in the middle of cross country season, we've got to meet this week, and things are going to take on a new hopefully brighter picture going forward.
Yeah, obviously starting a little bit later this year, we canceled that home meet just so the runners could have some time to get prepped for the upcoming meet. So you officially start your cross-country season this Friday night, a twilight meet at MSU Moorhead. I believe the women run at 8:15, men at 8:45. But talk us a little bit about preseason practices, how the runners are looking so far as they get ready for that first meet.
Right, well, they've been looking fantastic. We have a good plan in place. We've been doing some longer runs. We've been working on the grass to minimize injuries, knee injuries, stuff like that. AT, LT workouts, which basically aerobic threshold. AT stands for LT stands for lactic threshold. So they're working on those and getting stronger as runners, and they're really building towards race pace, and they're really building towards being solid in their first meet. And that's what we want. We want to get some solid times, especially obviously since we didn't have the first meet of the season at the golf course as we were originally planning to, because we would have been the only team there. So we figured it'd be better off to cancel that, get our athletes some more training in, and move forward to the meet at Moorhead, the twilight meet, which is going to be great. Running at night is a runner's dream because it's not warm, the sun isn't out and just burning down on them during the day. So hopefully we'll get some good times in. And I'm not really sure what the soccer complex is like there at Moorhead, but I do know that we're going to be running against some conference teams. I know Dickinson State's going to be there at least, which is obviously, I believe they were the top-ranked team in the preseason rankings for the conference for the men's side. And their women's are pretty decent too, and obviously some D2 teams like Moorhead will be there, so it'll be exciting.
Yeah, good chance to get an early measure of your team against some solid competition in our conference and throughout the region. 3 seniors on your team this year on the men's side, Malik Jackson and Misa Herrera. On the women's side, Jenna Coughlin. Their last year of cross country, I imagine they're excited and working hard. They showing some leadership for you in preseason?
They are. They've been great. Malik, Misa, and Jenna have all been fantastic, and they've stood out, and they've really brought our younger athletes along. We have a few freshmen on the team, and Oren Rambo, Andrew Milbrath, Nia, and some other underclassmen and some juniors as well. So the team isn't very big, and they've done their part to really get everyone together and build that strong team chemistry that we really want early on in the season. And it's been so evident with those athletes, and I'm thankful to have them aboard. It's really been great.
We are looking forward to seeing the results from that first meet. Again, Viking Cross Country kicks off the season Friday night, MSU Moorhead, a twilight meet, and you can catch results at VCSUVikings.com. Chris, we appreciate the time, and good luck to you rest of the season.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.